Check, 1, 2, check. 1, 2. Lesson 112. Finding the least common multiple of two numbers. So, here we have a list of a few multiples of 4 and 6. We have circled the multiples that 4 and 6 have in common, or I should say, I'm going to do that right now. 12, they both have, so 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, they both have. 28, 32, 36, they both have. Okay, remember multiples are numbers that when you multiply, 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2, 3, 4 times 4, 4 times 5, 4 times 6, 4 times 7. So multiples are the numbers that when you multiply 4 by anything, that's a multiple of 4. Same with 6. 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12. So multiples of 6 are 6. When you multiply 6 by anything, then you're going to get a multiple of 6. So we've circled the multiples of 4 and 6 that they have in common. The smallest number that both 4 and 6 have in common is 12. The smallest number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers is called the least common multiple. So let's write that down. Least common multiple is the smallest number that is a multiple of 2 or more numbers. It's called the least common multiple. The letters LCM are usually what it stands for least common multiple, and that's just what we call it for short usually, LCM. So you'll see that LCM a couple other times, and just know that it means least common multiple. So example 1. Find the least common multiple, or LCM, of 6 and 8. So we begin by listing the first few multiples of 6 and 8, and then we circle the multiples that they have in common. So multiples of 6 are 6. We're just going to go up to 48. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, and 48. So a trick for if you're finding least common multiples of, if you're finding multiples of two numbers, so the trick that I always use is, so if you're finding the common multiples of 6 and 8, go from 6 all the way up to whatever 6 times 8 is, okay? And go from 8 all the way up to whatever 8 times 6 is. So here you'll have 6, and here you'll have 8, because you know if there's no other factors that they have in common, or not factors, multiples, sometimes the least common multiple of two numbers will be those two numbers multiplied by themselves. So let's go through here now and find the factors that they have in common, 24 and of course 48. And the smallest one is 24, so find the least common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. Okay, because that's the smallest number that they have in common when you write out all the multiples of that number. And the smallest number could be, like this one is 4 and 3. It could be smaller, or you could have to go all the way up to whatever this number times this number is, okay? Factor 1 and factor 2. And then we're going to do an activity with the chart. We're going to do that on Monday. So Lydia, you won't miss anything. So that's good. Right now for your secret code thing, please draw me a flower, because it's spring, on either side of lesson practice. And there may be another one, so keep listening. Find the LCM of each pair of numbers. So here's for your lesson practice. A, 2 and 3. So I want you to write down all the multiples of 2. So this is an example of how these should look. It should be like, I didn't really leave enough room, but it would be 2, 3. So 2 would be 2, 4, 6, okay? Because I want you to go all the way up till it gets the next number. And this one, it can be 3, 6, okay? So you're going to do, this one is going to be 2 times 3, so 2 3 times. And this one is going to be 3 2 times, okay? Just because there is like the example I was talking about. It's you have to go from 2 times 3 is the least common multiple because there's not any before, right? Those are small numbers. So then you'd circle it, and so it would equal 6. 3 and 5. C, 5 and 10. D, 2 and 4. E, 3 and 6. F, 6 and 10. G, the denominators of 5 eighths and 3/10 are 8 and 10. What is the least common multiple of 8 and 10? H, use colored pieces of paper to make factor arrays for 13 and 15. Which number is prime and which is composite? All right, so for factor arrays, if you don't remember how to do those, we will be doing some in class on Monday again. All right, so you have your flowers drawn here, and that's going to be all. So your homework is numbers 1 through 30, and homework 1 through 30 all, and you don't have to worry about lesson practice because it's all right here. All right, have a great day.